village, how are you all? Good? Okay. Now, remember in my previous video of Flight of a Bumblebee tutorial, I said I would release a part 2 of that tutorial. Well, here it is. And anyways, let's get started. And this is how you do it.
Woo! Let's go!
Okay guys, remember we stopped here, right? From here. Okay guys, now just with the tremolo, pick the D string like this. With your middle finger still here. Then put your ring finger on the 8th fret of the D string. Ring finger, okay? You do that 2 times, or if you want, you can also do this. If you want, there's another option. You can either tremolo pick it or tremolo the middle finger only, and then, or just hammer on with your middle finger and your ring finger. But for me, I would prefer tremolo picking it 2 times. So 2 times you'll do this. And by the way, in that part, you are going to include your index finger now like this. But I'll do it slow for your convenience. D string of the 7th fret, then plug the 8th fret with your ring finger on the D string, then go back to the middle finger on the 7th fret of the D string, then put your index finger on the 6th fret of the D string like this. Then go back to the middle finger on the 7th fret of the D string. So you'll actually be doing this like 4 times like this. Like, it'll be doing it 4 times. But I'll make it slow anyways. Slide your index finger to the 7th fret of the D string, then put your middle finger on the 8th fret of the D string, put your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D string, put your pinky finger on the 10th fret of the D string like this. It's not like this. Then put your index finger on the 6th fret of the G string. Then put your pinky finger again on the 10th fret of the D string. Then ring finger on the D string of the 9th fret. Middle finger on the 8th fret of the D string. Then put your index finger on the 7th fret of the D string, so it's like this, from here. It's going to repeat 2 times, but at the 2nd time you do this, like, you're going to stop here, where your middle finger is at the 8th fret of the D string, because you're going to go to the G string where you'll put your index finger on the 7th fret of the G string. Same with this one. You're still going to tremolo pick it here, like. Then use your middle finger on the 8th fret of the G string. But after that, slide your middle finger back here to the 7th fret of the G string, because if you just you have a hard time sliding your index finger, so it's best if you slide your middle finger to the 7th fret of the G string. Then this time you will pick the 8th fret on the G string using your ring finger, like. Then same with this one. You use your middle finger on the 7th fret of the G string. Then put your ring finger on the 8th fret of the G string. Then back to the middle finger, which is on the 7th fret of the D string. Then put your index finger on the 6th fret of the G string, like this. Still 4 times, same as this one. Then slide your index finger, like what we did over here. Sounds like this. Index finger on the 7th fret of the G string. Middle finger on the 8th fret of the G string, like. Ring finger on the 9th fret of the G string. Pinky finger on the 10th fret of the G string. But instead of like this, over here, instead of putting your index finger outside the dot, like behind this fret, behind the 7th fret, instead of putting your index finger on the 6th fret, this time you're going to put it here on the 7th fret of the B string, like this. Your index finger will be on the 7th fret of the B string, okay? Then put your pinky finger again on the 10th fret of the G string. Then put your ring finger on the 9th fret of the G string. Middle finger on the 8th fret of the G string. Index finger on the 7th fret of the G string, like this. But just like here, you're going to stop here, where your middle finger is on the 8th fret of the G string this time. So it's same frets, same fingers, different string. Alright guys, from the start, again from this part. At the 8th fret of the G string where your middle finger is. Okay, so next part is after this one. You move here, but when you're playing the song fast, you have to move here super quickly. If you're playing it slow, you may still find it easy to go here without being fast, but when you play the song fast, you have to move super fast, like. And move here immediately. Your index finger will be on the 15th fret of the B string. Your pinky finger will be on the 18th fret of the G string. Ring finger on the 17th fret of the G string. Middle finger on the 16th fret of the G string. index finger on the 15th fret of the G string. Now, middle finger on the 16th fret of the G string. Then you put your ring finger on the 17th fret of the G string. Your pinky finger on the 18th fret of the G string. Then your index finger will be back on the 15th fret of the B string. Middle finger will be on the 16th fret of the B string. Then pluck the index finger again, which is on the 15th fret of the B string. Then pluck the G string using your pinky finger on the 18th fret, like this. Then your index finger will be on the 15th fret of the B string. But this time it's not going to be like this. No, it's not going to be like that. This time it's going to be like this. Your pinky finger on the 18th fret of the G string. Your ring finger will be on the 17th fret of the G string. Your middle finger on the 16th fret of the G string, like this. So I'm going to play it from the start of this part. Then put your index finger on the G string of the 15th fret, like this. It's like this one, and this. So it's gonna be like this. Your middle finger on the 16th fret of the G string. Your ring finger on the 17th fret of the G string. Pinky finger on the 18th fret of the G string. So it's going to be like this. Then pluck the B string with your index finger on the 15th fret of the B string. But this time it's going to be like this. Put your pinky finger on the 18th fret of the G string. Your ring finger on the 17th fret of the G string. Your middle finger on the 16th fret of the G string. Then a similar shape. Your pinky finger will be on the 17th fret of the G string. Then your ring finger will be on the 16th fret of the G string. Your middle finger will be on the 15th fret of the G string. Your index finger will be on the 14th fret of the G string. Then just like over here and this. You're going to slide, but you're also going to pick it like your index finger will slide from the 14th fret to the 15th fret of the G string. Then your middle finger on the 16th fret of the G string. Your ring finger on the 17th fret of the G string. Your pinky finger will be on the 18th fret of the G string. So I'm going to play it from the start of this part. And after that, you take your pinky finger off and pluck the G string. Then pluck the G string with your ring finger on the 17th fret. Then put your pinky finger back on the 18th fret of the G string. Then after that, use your index finger to pluck the 15th fret of the B string. Then your middle finger on the 16th fret of the B string. And now I'll play it again. like that, okay? Then, just like over here, then similar to transferring from here, it's going to be similar transferring, sort of like the previous one earlier. Then you have to move here immediately, and this is similar to the first part where you, okay, but this time the same fingering. Put your pinky finger on the 12th fret of the high E string at the bottom, then your ring finger on the 11th fret of the high E string, middle finger on the 10th fret of the high E string, your index finger on the 10th fret of the high E string. So it's going to be like this. Then, similar to what we did in part 1 at the start of the song, it's going to be similar, still the same, like. And then, same as part 1, at the start of the song, you put your pinky finger on the 10th fret of the high E string, ring finger on the 9th fret of the high E string, middle finger on the 8th fret of the high E string, index finger on the 7th fret of the high E string, pinky finger on the 8th fret of the high E string, ring finger on the 7th fret of the high E string, then middle finger on the 6th fret of the high E string, then index finger on the 5th fret of the high E string, then your pinky finger will be on the 9th fret of the B string, your ring finger will be on the 8th fret of the B string, your middle finger will be on the 7th fret of the B string, your index finger on the 6th fret of the B string, then move your middle finger here to the G string of the 9th fret, similar with this one. You're also going to do the same but on a different string and different frets. Put your middle finger on the 9th fret of the G string, ring finger on the 10th fret of the G string, then back to the middle finger, which is on the 9th fret of the G string, then your index finger will be on the 8th fret of the G string, then go back to middle finger and repeat it 4 times like what we did here earlier. Like this. You stop over here. Then after that, the same position we've been doing over here, back to few parts, like this. Your pinky finger will be on the 10th fret of the G string. Your middle finger will be on the 7th fret of the G string. Your index finger will be on the 6th fret of the G string. Your pinky finger will be on the 7th fret of the G string. Your ring finger will now be on the 6th fret of the G string. Your middle finger will now be on the 5th fret of the G string. Your index finger will be on the 4th fret of the G string. Now your pinky will be on the 5th fret of the G string. Your ring finger will be on the 4th fret of the G string. Your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. Your index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Then you put your pinky finger on the 6th fret of the D string. Then put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the G string. string. Then your index finger will be on the 3rd fret of the D string. Then after that, put your middle finger on the D string of the 2nd fret, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, then your index finger on the 1st fret of the D string, like this. Like this. You're going to play it 4 times again, similar to what we did here. Okay? Now. And after that, pluck the E string at the top of all the strings on top. Then pluck an open string on top of all the strings. The string that's, on the top here. You plug it open. Then put your index finger on the 1st fret of the E string. Then your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. Your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. Your pinky finger on the 4th fret of the E string, like this. Then pluck the A string and open string again, like this one. Then you put your index finger on the 1st fret of the A string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, your pinky finger on the 4th fret of the A string, then pluck and open D string, then do the same thing as we did in the other 2 strings. Put your index finger on the 1st fret of the D string, your middle finger will be on the 2nd fret of the D string, your ring finger will be on the 3rd fret of the D string, your pinky will be on the 4th fret of the D string. Then pluck an open G string. Then put your index finger on the 1st fret of the G string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, then put your pinky on the 4th fret of the G string, and then when we reach the B string, we're not going to pluck an open string anymore, but this time we'll just put our index finger on the 1st fret of the B string immediately without having an open string. We'll just then after putting your index finger on the 1st fret of the B string, put your middle finger on the 7th fret of the B string, then put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, then put your pinky finger on the 4th fret of the B string. Then so it'll be like this. But in my opinion, instead of putting your pinky finger there, I suggest you do it with your ring finger like this. Because after this part, you're going to move your ring finger, so after this one, slide from the 4th fret using our ring finger fret. Using a ring finger, you slide it from here, the 4th fret of the B string, to the 6th fret of the B string using a ring finger. Then use your middle finger to pluck the 5th fret of the B string. Then use your index finger on the 4th fret of the B string, so like this. Then put your middle finger here again on the 5th fret of the B string. Then repeat it twice, like so. I'll play it all the way from here again, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. But at the second part, after this one, when you repeat this at the second time, you move your index finger to the 5th fret of the B string. So from the 4th fret of the B string, use your index finger to the 5th fret of the B string, still using your index finger. So like this. You're going to pluck it 2 times, but at the second time, you will repeat the same thing we did at the first part of this tutorial. Like we're going to do the same thing, okay? It's just as the same as what we did in the previous video at the start of the song, okay? So like this. You're going to pluck it 2 times here, okay? At the second time, you go again. So now I'll be playing it again, all the way from here. When we reach this point, it'll still be a little similar, but there will still be a change here. Just wait. But by the time we reach this, with the pinky finger on the 13th fret of the G string, it's going to be all similar once you reach this point as the previous video at the start, okay? Now, by the time we reach this, the second part, or the second time we do this, it'll change here, okay? So it's going to be like this. So what you do here is, after this one, move your index finger to the 10th fret of the B string, then move your ring finger to the 12th fret of the B string, then move your ring finger to the 12th fret of the B string. Then put your pinky finger on the 13th fret of the B string. Then put your index finger on the high E string at the 10th fret, okay? Then put your ring finger on the 12th fret of the high E string. Then put your pinky finger on the 13th fret of the high E string. Then you go back to your ring finger, which will still be on the 12th fret of the high E string. Then put your middle finger on the 11th fret of the high E string. So it's gonna be like this. Okay? You can use your middle finger or your index finger to slide, but for me, I would use my middle finger because for me, it's more comfortable. Okay guys, that was it, and we're going to release a part 3, and thank you so much for watching guys. If you want more new upcoming videos, please subscribe and click on the notification bell down below so you'll get notified for whatever new video we release just for you. See you next time. Bye bye.